Hi guys, we're back to Winn, Dixie again. This chapter right now is going to be chapter 19. And I think we're going to go right into chapter 20. Because 19 is kind of a short chapter and sometimes it's like that when I read aloud to you. We'll just do two. So here we go, chapter 19 from Because of Winn Dixie. In the morning, me and Winn Dixie went down to sweep the pet store. And I took a litmus lozenge for Otis. Is it Halloween? Otis asked when I handed him the candy. No, why? Well, you're giving me candy. No, Otis, it's just a gift. It's for today. Oh. So he unwrapped the candy lozenge and he put it in his mouth. And after a minute, tears started coming down his face. Thank you. Do you like it? I asked him. He nodded his head. It tastes good, but it also tastes a little bit like being in jail. Gertrude! Yep, the parrot squawked. She picked up the lozenge wrapper in her beak and then she dropped it and looked around. Gertrude! She screamed again. You can't have any, I told her. It's not for birds. Then real quick before I lost my nerve, I said, Otis, what were you in jail for and are you a murderer? No, ma'am, he said. Are you a burglar? No, Otis said again, and he sucked on his candy and stared kind of down at his boots. Well, you don't have to tell me, I told him. I was just wondering. I ain't a dangerous man, Otis said. It's that, if that's what you're thinking, I'm not dangerous. I'm just lonely, but I'm not dangerous. Okay, I said, and then I went back into the back room to get my broom. And when I came back, Otis was sitting there where I left him. He was still looking down at his boots. It was a count of music, he said. What was? Why, we went to jail. It was an account of the music. What happened? Well, I wouldn't stop playing my guitar. Used to be I played it on the street, and sometimes people would give me money. I didn't do it for the money. I did it because the music is better if someone's listening to it. Anyway, the police came and they told me to stop it. They said how I was breaking the law, and the whole time they were talking to me, I went right on playing my music. And that made them mad. And so they tried to put handcuffs on me. I didn't like that. I wouldn't have been able to play my guitar with those handcuffs on. Then what happened? I hit them. You hit the police? Uh-huh. One of them. I knocked him out. And then I went to jail. And they locked me up and they wouldn't let me have my guitar. And when they finally let me out, they made me promise I would never play my guitar on the street again. Otis looked up at me real quick, and then he went and looked back at his boots. And I don't. I only play it here in the store. For the animals. Gertrude, the human Gertrude, she owns this shop. She gave me this job when she read about me in the paper. And she said it was all right for me to play music for her animals. You play your music for me and Winn Dixie and Sweetie Pie. You can do that. Yeah, but you ain't on the street. Thank you for telling me about that, Otis. It's all right. I don't mind. Sweetie Pie then came in and I gave her a litmus lozenge and she spit it out right away. She said that it tasted bad. Sweetie Pie said that it tasted like not having a dog. I swept the floor real slow that day. I wanted to keep Otis company. I didn't want him to be lonely. Sometimes it seemed like everybody in the world was lonely, and I thought about my mama. Thinking about her was the same as the hole you keep on feeling with your tongue, like when you lose your tooth, you keep sticking your tongue over there. It feels like that. So time after time, my mind kept on going to that empty spot, that spot where I felt that she really should be. Chapter 20. When I told Gloria Dump about Otis and how he got arrested, Gloria Dump laughed so hard she had to grab hold of her false teeth so they wouldn't fall out of her mouth. Woo-wee! That sure is some dangerous criminal, she said. Hey, he's a lonely man, I told her. He just wants to play his music for somebody. Gloria wiped her eyes with the hem of her dress. I know it's sugar, but sometimes things are so sad they gotta be funny. You know what else? I said, thinking about the sad stuff. That girl I told you about, that Amanda. Well, her brother I found out drowned last year. He was only 5 years old. He was the same age as Sweetie Pie. Gloria stopped smiling. She nodded her head. I remember hearing about that. I remember hearing about that little boy being drowned. That's why Amanda's so pinch-faced. She misses her brother. Most likely, Gloria agreed. Do you think everybody misses somebody? Like I miss my mama? Mm-hmm. And then she closed her eyes. And then Gloria said, I believe sometimes that the whole world has an aching heart. I couldn't stand to think about sad things that couldn't be helped anymore, so I said, do you want to hear some more Gone with the Wind, Gloria? Yes, indeed. I've been looking forward to it all day. Let's see what Miss Scarlet is up to now. I opened up Gone with the Wind and started to read, but the whole time I was thinking about Otis. And I was thinking about him not being allowed to play his guitar. And in the book, Scarlet was looking forward to having a big barbecue where there was going to be music and food. And that's how I got the idea. That's what I think we need to do, I said. I slammed the book shut. Gloria looked up. Winn-Dixie's head shot up. Huh? Said Gloria dumb. We should have a party. We need to have a party and invite Miss Fanny Block and the preacher and Otis. And then Otis can play his guitar and Sweetie Pie can come too because she likes to listen to music. We who? Gloria asked. What, me and you? We can make some food, you and me, and have the party right here in your yard. Said Gloria Dump. We could make peanut butter sandwiches and we could cut them up into triangles and make them look fancy. Lord, said Gloria Dump, I don't know if the whole world likes peanut butter as much as you and me and this dog. Well, okay, then we could make egg salad sandwiches. Adults like those too. You know how to make egg salad? No, ma'am. I don't have a mama around to teach me things like that. But I bet you know, and I bet you could teach me, please? Maybe, said Gloria Dump, and she put her hand on Winn-Dixie's head, and she smiled at me, and I knew she was telling me yes. Thank you, I said, and I went over and I hugged her. I squeezed Gloria so hard. Winn-Dixie wagged his tail and tried to get in between the two of us. He couldn't stand being left out of anything. It's going to be the best party ever, I told Gloria. You got to make me one promise, though, Gloria said. All right. You got to invite those Dewberry boys. Dunlap and Stevie? It ain't gonna be a party unless you invite those two boys. I have to? Yes, you promised me. I promise. I don't like the idea, but I promise. I started inviting people right away. I asked the preacher first. Daddy, Opal, Daddy, me, and Winn-Dixie and Gloria are going to have a party. Well, that's nice. You have a good time. Daddy, I'm telling you because you're invited. Oh, he rubbed his nose. I see. Can you come? I don't see why not. Miss Franny Block took to the idea right away. A party? She clapped her hands together. Yes, ma'am, I told her. It'll be kind of like the barbecue at 12 Oaks and Gone with the Wind, only it's not going to be as many people, and we're going to have egg salad sandwiches instead of barbecue. That sounds lovely, Miss Franny said, and then she pointed at the back of the library and whispered, maybe you should ask Amanda, too. She probably won't come, I told her. She doesn't like me very much. Oh, ask her and see what she says, Miss Franny whispered. So I walked to the back of the library and I asked Amanda Wilkinson in my best of manners voice, to come to my party. She looked around all nervous and stuff. A party? Yes, I sure would like it if you could come, Amanda. She stared at me with her mouth open. Oh, okay, yes, thank you, I would love to. And just like that, I promised Gloria I would ask the Dewberry boys. Ain't going to no party at that witch's house, Stevie said. Dunlap knocked Stevie with his elbow. We'll come. We will not, said Stevie. That witch might cook us up in her big old witch's pot. I don't care if you come or not, I told them. I'm just asking because I promised that I would. We'll be there, said Dunlap, and he nodded at me and smiled. Sweetie Pie was very excited when I invited her. What's the theme? Well, there isn't one. You got to have a theme, Sweetie Pie told me. She sucked on her knuckle and then she pulled it out. Oh, it ain't a party without a theme. And then she sucked on her knuckle again. Is this dog coming? And she wrapped her arms around Winn Dixie and squeezed him so hard that his eyes almost popped out of his head. Yes? Good. You could make that the theme. It could be a dog party. I'll think about it, I told her. The last person I asked was Otis. I told him all about the party and that he was invited. And he said, no thank you. Why not? I don't like parties. Please. It won't be a party unless you come, Otis. I'll give you a whole free week of sweeping and arranging and dusting. If you come to the party, that's all I want you to do, Otis. A whole week for free, Otis said, looking up at me. Yes, sir. But I don't have to talk to no people, right? I can just go there and not have to talk to anybody? No, sir, you don't. Just bring your guitar. Maybe you could play us some music. Maybe. He looked at his boots again, real quick, trying to hide his smile. Thank you, I told him. Thank you for deciding to come, Otis. You guys, have a great day. See you later.